Okay, so here's our question for today. How can we increase the cash flow in our lives by a huge amount? Okay, this reading is for you and for everybody else who's tuning in, and for me. Alright, let's do this. How can we increase the cash flow in our lives by a huge amount? We're asking money spirit and money Tiki statue spirit. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So, we put the coin on the top so that the cup knows we are looking for information across from the handle, financial information. Okay, now let's do the divination cards. These are the homemade oracle cards. So we ask the same question. Make sure it's upside down. Okay. Same question. How can we increase cash flow into our lives by a huge amount? Let's see what this one says. Ooh, magical intervention. So these are, I was at this one point in time, I loved the fairies. Okay, and I did this group of fairies that were playing musical instruments. So this is the symbols. And what will happen with this card is that you will be like, you'll hear a sound that'll wake you up, you know, like something like that, and it will be coming from the you know, they say that fairies do live on our planet Earth, the people who really believe in them, and some people say that they've even met them. Okay, so expect this magical intervention. You will get help, in other words, from a very wonderful source. Okay, same question. How can we increase the cash flow in our lives by a huge amount? Okay, friends, mental affinity. I have been getting friends almost every day for like a week. Yes, friends are very important. So mental affinity, because these are the clubs, are the air sign and thoughts. So we are on the same mental plane. Okay, two equal things are in relationship, like looking in a mirror, reflection of oneself. See how they mirror each other. Air element makes this a lighter kind of relationship. Yeah, look at that. Can't get any lighter than that. Wow. Okay, so, you have a friend. This is your friend coming from the other kind of world. So now what we're going to do, these two cards are important because they are going to play into the tarot, I Ching reading that we're going to do. So we'll keep those set aside. And now, set up our desk again. Okay. The little stick. So, coins are they warm up when they're sitting on there. So let's look at what we have across from the handle. The cup. The cup does its magic, and the money spirit is an influence too. And money Tiki statue is an influence too. All right. Interesting things in today's cup. Oh, this is so cute. Okay. Here is a figure, okay? A figure facing toward the future, right directly across from the handle. And there are a couple of ways we can look at this. See, the thing is, these are somewhat subjective. These readings, like what I see, you may see something very different. Okay, so we're gonna do, so this little figure right here, it's sitting on a hilltop, cross-legged. It has in its hand a bowl, or the coffee cup, and it's like the coffee cup is steaming. And on top of the head there are like 3 feathers. Feathers are important. So here my first impression was that this shape right here, right in front of it, was a tea kettle or coffee kettle, like brewing. This character has the coffee pot right there. And then the second thing I saw, was it's a ship on the horizon. So we can look up coffee pot. Yeah, to me it looks like a coffee pot. Could be a ship. And then another thing I'm seeing, so over that figure there's like a cliff. And here there's another figure wearing a big Texan style cowboy hat with either a dog or a goat. There's an animal at this person's feet. This person is wearing like a tuxedo, fancy dress. an old-fashioned, like an old-fashioned, coat. Tails with tails. Okay, so let's look up. I'm pretty sure that this figure is you or me or anybody, who this is us. Okay, drinking coffee. I want to look that up. I think that I have seen that in here, like teapot or coffee pot. Here, coffee maker, guest. Yes, we will be having a guest. Okay. And let's see here. The figure that's on, so a figure that's wearing a hat. Oh, and feathers. Feathers in the hair. I wonder what that means. This says feather, instability, inconsistency, lack of concentration. Well, the Turkish lady, Divine Light, who's really good at this, when she sees a feather, it means like the old-fashioned writing utensil, the quill pen. And I think she also says it's a message because, like you write with the pen. So, I don't know. I think I won't accept the interpretation in the book. But let's do this. This figure that's on a cliff, oftentimes these are the fool, especially if they have a dog with them. And because they're about to step off into the unknown. It's the 0 card, and they're like at the threshold of the universe, in the now, every possibility. There are infinite numbers of possibilities available to this person to manifest. Okay, and then like right here is a big amount of money in the future coming this way. Yeah, okay, so I think that's what that is. Let's go with that there is a guest coming and the fool is open to receive. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now I'm gonna do the I Ching. Throw the I Ching. And this takes a long time, like 15 minutes. So just to show you, this is my reference book. And these are my yarrow sticks. These are my yarrow sticks. These yarrow sticks, talk about being the fool on the cliff. These yarrow sticks are hollow, and they say that they are a direct link from myself, the diviner, to the universe. And the universe, we know, is the supplier of abundance to our lives. So we can ask any question. Here's our question. How can we increase the cash flow in our lives by a huge amount? We ask the cards. Okay, so we have, I'll clip this part out because it's too long, but I will take a note. Okay, so let's recap. here's our question. How can we increase the cash flow in our lives by a huge amount? All right, so think cash flow because that's kind of coming into the play here. And remember, we have magical intervention, okay, and we have friends, okay. So this is, and we have a coffee pot, a guest, which is the friend, and we have the fool wearing a cowboy hat, a frock coat with a dog standing on a cliff overlooking, like entering, you know, on the edge of the universe. Okay, so the I Ching, this is what we got, number 18, with 2 changing lines. 5th and top line are changing. Work on what has been spoiled, decay. There's stagnation. We have to recognize the cause of the stagnation and then work to remove that cause. Okay, this is gonna require some effort. And pay attention. So after you identify the cause, remove it, and then pay attention to make sure that the corruption is not returning, because then it won't work. And be like the mountain. See, this is the top part of the hexagram is the mountain. So be tranquil, like a mountain. Okay, the 5th line, changing line, setting right what has been spoiled by the Father. One meets with praise. In this line, people can help clear away the corruption. The I Ching was suggesting that all by yourself is going to be difficult, and to get help, like maybe, you know, the job is bigger than just one person can handle. Okay, and then the top line, he does not serve kings and princes, sets himself higher goals. This looked to me like the hermit. The person has stepped away from the outside world, but is cultivating in himself or herself higher values, you know. So this could be you, this could be the fool, I'm not really sure. Anyway, so this is up to you. Where do you fit in? You read into this. Are you the guest, the fool, the hermit? Okay, then so this hexagram changes to number 48, the well. Okay, and this is our cash flow. In a way, we gotta think of flow. How can we increase the cash flow in our lives by a huge amount? And this is saying, go to the inexhaustible source of abundance, the wellspring. Draw from the well. Educate yourself and make sure that you do it correctly, because if you only go halfway, you know, you don't pull up the water, right? What's the point of lowering the bucket into the well and coming up empty? So go all the way down to the source of where the water is. And that's the source of the wellspring. These are images. I Ching does images. They're old images and metaphorical, but they're based on, you know, daily life. So you kind of have to open up your mind to interpret what this means to you. Everybody's going to be slightly different. Okay, I hope that is a good reading for you and that you enjoy increased cash flow in your life.